Good morning. I'm going to entitle my talk this morning, No Place to Hide and Nowhere to Go. And I'm going to talk about spiritual guidance. I guess I'm going to begin by acknowledging the fact that in our day and age there are numerous wonderful channels that bring us information from the other side. Whether it's extraterrestrials, whether it's angelic entities, whether it's ascended masters, whether it's Jesus, or there are people channeling all sorts of energies. Some of them I resonate with, some of them I do not. And even the ones that I do not, they may be perfect for where someone else is in their evolution of consciousness and their awareness. And each channel, each message is appropriate for the person with whom it resonates at that particular time. I let go of the things personally that do not resonate with me. If it's fear-based, if it seems to cause dissension or to cause one to place blame, I tend to turn away from it. It's not within my guidance that I receive from my higher self. I do not claim to be a channel. Yet I've had people tell me throughout my life that I do channel higher energies. Some have said you channel God. Some say you channel your higher self. Actually, I think they're the same thing. I really believe that there's only one soul in all of creation, and it's the soul of what we call the divine or God. And that is my soul, but it's also your soul. And we have individual personalities that we develop in this physical reality that we inhabit and that we learn from. But anyway, we live in a world that there's a lot of fear being promulgated. This has been going on well beyond anybody's lifetime that could possibly be listening to this now in the physical realm. And so what I'm bringing you is I'm bringing you my perceptions, my insights, my awarenesses. And that's all I'm able to do, and truthfully that's all anyone is able to do. Even those that channel can really only channel to a large degree through their own reference point, through their own life. It would be very difficult, I believe, for someone to channel something that's totally foreign to their consciousness. I could be wrong there, but I just don't see it. I can't bring you a message, for example, that doesn't resonate with me based on my own life experience. I'm going to filter what I bring forth through my experience, through the things that I have learned, through the things that the people that I have met, the teachings that I have received or rejected. Whatever. That's all I can do. I can only share with you from my heart based on my experience. If it resonates with you, then it's part of you. If it doesn't resonate with you, let it go. It's not part of you. You're not ready for it yet. As I hear all of the messages that do come from our media, from some channelers, from our religions, from our governments. There's an awful lot of secrecy in many of these institutions and organizations. Nothing is, I'm convinced in my heart that nothing or very little is what it appears to be. And there's a lot of messages and warnings about things in our world. I have personal friends that won't go on Facebook or hesitate even to go on the internet because the government spies on what we're doing. There are people that I know that want to leave Florida because it's not a safe place to be when the earth changes begin to happen. And that's what their guidance seems to be telling them. It's what they believe. And I'm sure I could go to other places in the world where there are where I would find people that are afraid of what might happen where they are. And I want to say that my guidance, this is my guidance that I'm getting from my higher self. There's nothing to hide. I don't need to be protective of information about myself. I only need to tell the truth. I only need to live from my own heart, to share my own experience, my own insight with others, and let it fall where it may. I cannot be concerned whether someone agrees or disagrees with me. I like it when people agree with me. I'll admit it. I like it when I hear people resonate with me. And some send me personal messages. Sometimes they're so beautiful I wish they'd post it for the public to see. But a lot of them choose to send them in the form of personal emails that it's just between me and them. And I respond. I believe to all of them. I may not. I can't say that I absolutely have never missed one or two, whatever. I don't know. But my intent is, when I get something personal like that, to respond personally. Although I can foresee the possibility that I may not always be able to do that, and each of you needs to understand that. But I'm not going to live in fear. I just refuse to be captivated by messages of fear. I just refuse. Do I understand that there is the potential for some of these things? Of course I do. I'm not stupid. Sometimes I may think I'm a little bit nuts, and certainly others may think I'm nuts, and that's okay. I don't care what you think of me. It's your life. You can choose to respond to it however you wish to. You can react to it however you want. That's your life. And it's a gift that you are given to be able to do that. It's not up to me how you do it. I can't choose for you. Only you can choose for you. But for me, I choose to live my life as if there's nothing to hide. And in fact, I believe that I've long held to the fact that secrets, I don't have secrets. And when I do want to have a secret, it controls me. I am no longer able to exercise control in my own life. My secret exercises the control. The thing that I'm afraid of exercises the control and is my master. And it doesn't matter what it is, and it doesn't matter where it came from. It controls me. It could come from the Bible, or from the Quran, or from the Bhagavad Gita, or from the Tao Te Ching, or any great masterful writings that have come to us from the divine part of our experience. It doesn't matter where these things come from. You can focus on the mark of the beast and some of these other things. You can focus on some of these prophecies of gloom and doom. You can focus on them if that's what you wish to do. I choose to have no secrets. I choose to hide nothing. I choose to just simply share from my heart. That is the safest place, my spirit guides tell me, my higher self informs me, that is the safest place for me to be. And as far as these people that want to run here or run there to find a safe place, the safe place is within you. It's within me. It's not some geographical location. If you dwell in the secret place of the Most High, what is the secret place of the Most High? Where you recognize everything is within you. There's nothing outside of you. To me, that's the secret place of the Most High. That's the place where God dwells. That's the place of divine truth, of divine love. of divine grace, of divine justice and mercy. That's the place. It's not some physical place. It's not a building. It's not a part of the world. There's no place to go to be safe, because safety is something you give yourself by your perception of reality. If you live in an unsafe world, I tell you the truth, there's no place you can go to get away from your own consciousness that the world is unsafe, that the world is a dangerous place. There's no place you can go to get away from those concepts. But if you believe we live in a universe, as I do, that is predisposed to our highest good, then there's nothing I need to be overly concerned about. I do need to be aware of what's going on. I do need to pay attention. I'm not telling you to hide your head in the sand. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you to recognize. I'm inviting you, I should say. I shouldn't say telling. And I should myself. But I'm sharing with you to recognize that everything comes from you, from your attitude. Your consciousness creates your reality to a large extent. To a large extent. It's not an absolute. I don't believe it's an absolute. But to a large extent, your life is going to flow from what you believe is your truth, from what you believe your reality is, from what you believe your world is. It's going to flow from that. So whatever you choose to focus on, here's a paradox. There's a new age or metaphysical saying, what you focus on expands. Well, I want to tell you the truth. There's also a side of that what you refuse to focus on will expand. If you're living in denial of something, if you're living in denial of the very world that we live in and the conditions of that world, that's going to expand too in your life until it gets your attention. And then you have to make a choice. What am I going to do with this? Am I going to run and hide? There's nothing to hide. There's no place to go. It's all inside of you, is what I'm trying to tell you. That's the message my higher self gives me. And I'm at peace with that, by far and large. I have moments, but by far and large, I live my life in peace and in resonance with that truth. That God is good, God is love, unconditionally loving me and loving everyone else, that I am part of God, that God is part of me. There is no safer place. There is no safer place than that. This is the message Spirit gives me. This is the message from Spirit that I share with you this morning. You can do with it what you wish. You can pass it on if it resonates. You can challenge me if you wish, and there are those that do. To me, they just show their own ignorance because they're quoting from some Bible or something that was written many, many years ago and has nothing to do with God being alive today. I've talked about that before. But anyway, I want to leave you with this because the time is running to a close of my sharing for this morning. And I want you to just, no matter where you are, I want you to weigh the things that I've shared in your own spirit. How do you choose to conduct your life? Remember, it's a very real possibility for all of us that there is nothing to hide and there is nowhere to go. Namaste.